Happy Friday to you and you and you. TGI Friday, everybody. Thomas Miller on the Fun Astrology Podcast. We are going to be so fast today. Yesterday I said, could we get it in 4 minutes? I'm even going to try for 3 because we have covered this like a blanket all week. If you missed any of the prior episodes leading up to today, they all set the stage for the big aspects. 1 today, well, 2 today, kind of one same umbrella, and then 1 tomorrow. And that is today, the big trines between the Sun and Mars, which are about to conjoin tomorrow, and Neptune. Goodness, this sounds remarkably close to my own chart. Take a trine and make it a conjunction, and you got it. I mean, this is the energy that I've lived with all my life, basically. Well, it is an inch, and it will pass so fast. I mean, just in the blink of an eye. In fact, one of the aspects has already happened. That was the Mars-Neptune trine. That happened at 3:35 this morning Eastern Time. Yeah, for those of you who are sensitive to the planets and you really can feel them intraday, if you catch the feeling of today, and if that energy is there, boy, that's what I've been living with all my life. It is something else. But and because I've learned how to live with it, I can share with you the shortcuts. And the shortcuts, like we were talking about this week, is that you get to choose how you're going to experience this. And if you do experience it on the positive side, you can have heightened awareness and intuition. And because it's a trine, we're going to stay on the positive side of the energy. So set the intention of how you're going to experience the next 48, 72 hours. Then at 9:51, the Sun trines Neptune, Eastern Time, of course. And for those of you who might be new listeners to the podcast, my natal chart in my life, what I've been dealing with is the Sun, Mars, and Neptune are all on the same degree in Scorpio. Mine happens to be at 6 degrees. Today they're closing in on 25 degrees, but nonetheless, it is something else. It is a wallop of energy. And what you have is the incredible intensity of 2 fire planets in a fire sign. I'm going to say, wait a minute, Thomas, Scorpio's a water sign. Well, it was originally ruled by Mars. And somewhere along the way, the water element got one stick short, so they said, here, take Scorpio. We'll make Pluto a water planet. And that's how, I don't know how we got there, but I'm just saying the original ruler of Scorpio was fire. And if you've ever known any of us, you know that there's some fire in there, a lot of it. We've been talking all week about this intensity, and some of you have been writing in that you feel it, and it is there. So, yeah, I mean, that's what switch is always on inside of me, and now you're getting to experience a little bit of that. And then, of course, the big conjunction tomorrow, and I'm not going to make 3 minutes because we're, boom, right there, but is the Sun-Mars conjunction in Scorpio. And see, the energies all blend together. Because if you take the Sun-Mars, there's the intensity. It can be expressed in anger, outbursts, frustration, passion, or it can be get out of the way. We are going to get this done. And I mean, the incredible launch power. I think isn't Elon launching the big one today? That power that would get that thing off the ground is inside this aspect. And then you weave and entangle that with Neptune, which can either be lies, deception, confusion, as in clueless. I mean, well, or directionless, like today, maybe just not knowing what the right thing to do is. You know, it's like, do I do this or do I do that? I just can't figure it out. Then the other side of that coin is the intuitive connection that you just know in your bones what to do. When I finally got tuned in to the high side of Neptune, it is wonderful. Just the other side, it's always a dance between the two. Now, how long does this stay in place? Well, it's the strongest this weekend, but it goes all the way through next week. Like until next weekend, you're going to be in this energy because it's just not moving very fast. Neptune's not moving hardly at all. Basically, what you're looking at is 25 degrees. That's kind of the point to keep in mind here. So the Sun will pull off of that fastest, and by the end of next week, it will be in Sagittarius on Friday morning early. That will be the first of the shifts in this energy. So sometimes you'll feel a little bit of me during the next week. Good luck. All right, what about the moon? Middle degrees of Capricorn today as we begin the day. And at least if you're in the U.S., you'll be kind of on this drum beat. So today will be the last day for you with the moon in Capricorn because it goes void of course overnight while you're asleep. 3:27 in the morning Eastern Time. It moves into Aquarius at 6:27 Saturday morning. And because it's in Capricorn, what planet is in the very later degrees of Capricorn? But Pluto. So the last aspect before the void, of course, is the moon conjoins Pluto on its way out of Capricorn. So in our little lunar thing that we've been following along, you've got to have a Plutonian theme to the end of this transit, and that's what we were talking about. The last aspect of the moon's transit through Aquarius, which begins on Saturday, will end on Monday with a square to the sun. We'll take some time next week to drill down more on that lunar technique, but just the next couple of transits through have these more challenging last aspects. I mean, that's just the nature of the way the thing is set up right now with Pluto and Saturn at the end and beginning of these signs. That's just the energy that we're surfing overhead. Well, I know for some of you will be a travel weekend as you're headed to friends and family, and I hope those travels go well for you if you are on the road or in the air. And Kristen and Alyssa will be doing Level Up Sunday night. I'll be back with Merriman tomorrow and then back in the saddle with you on Monday. Have a wonderful one. I love you. Thanks for hanging with us, and I'll see you then.